Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahweh Shai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahweh Shai, Brakta Yahweh, Brakta Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Honor to brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I want to take you up with this quick video here. Really based off of the title and going to some scriptures dealing with the title. So it says America's elite think they have a divine right to rule. And when you go into the scriptures, in certain scriptures like the Isaiah the 14th chapter, which I'm gonna get for you in a second, okay, it pretty much tells you how the Esau, okay, or the king of Babylon, which we know America is Babylon right now, through scriptures like Revelations the 17th chapter. We know that America, okay, basically is seen as the golden city right now. Okay, their elite basically believe that they have the divine right to rule. Okay, so let's just see this precept here quickly, and then we'll build up on the topic. So Isaiah the 14th chapter, and I'm just going to take some snippets out of it. So Isaiah 14, and the first precept I'm going to take is from the 6th verse, Isaiah 14 and 6. It says, "He who smote the nations, the people rather more, with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth." Okay, so that's how they rule. This is the way of the hegemony that is created in empowering America. It rules in such a way, okay, that it oppresses all these other nations, okay, whether it be Arab nations, okay, or the Asian nations. All of these people are oppressed underneath this rulership. Okay, so it says the whole earth is at rest. This is talking about after the destruction of America, which is pursuant to the scriptures. Okay, the whole earth is at rest, and it's quiet, and they break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, "Since thou art laid down, no fellows come up against us." Okay, so 11th verse, thy pomp is brought down to the ground. Okay, meaning to say what? Their pride, their esteem. Okay, all of the things that holds them up and makes them feel, proud. That's brought down to the ground. Whether it be music, you've seen the music that's been totally garbage right now. Okay, more than just the music. The currency is not great. Okay, it's the furthest thing from great right now. And the whole morale of the places has become decayed. Okay, so it says that pomp is now brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy viols. Okay, let's go into this word viols. Okay, so pitches. Okay, lute, music. Okay, so music, drinking, all of that kind of stuff. That's gone down, because when you're in a time of war, of which that's going to be the ultimate end of America, pursuant to the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, and other scriptures alike that you could precept to that, you find out that this place known as America, Babylon, was going to be destroyed by way of fire. Okay, nuclear fire. Okay, ICBM nuclear missiles. Okay, a fire not blown, Job the 20th chapter. Okay, thy pomp is brought down to the ground, to the grave. Okay, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread underneath thee, and worms cover thee. This is how thou fallen from the ground, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Okay, this is going into the point that I was making there, because Lucifer is not the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, Lucifer, loosely translated, means the light bearer. Okay, and light is goes into information, knowledge. Okay, so you got knowledge, you got information, you got sciences. Then ultimately, if you're the bearer of that, then you're known as light, the light bearer, or Lucifer. Okay, let me see if it actually says that in the word here, Lucifer. Yeah, so light bearer. It tells you that straight up. Okay, it tells you light bearer. Okay, shining one, morning star. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, because what did the Lord call himself? He said within the book of Revelations, I'm the bright and morning star, because ultimately all the knowledge. Okay, and then people are gonna snip that and say, you're calling the Lord Lucifer. But the scripture says that what? The Lord said he's the bright and morning star. Because why? Because he is the word. Okay, he is the ultimate light bearer. He is the one that has He is the Word. The scripture says He is the Word. His name shall be the Word. He is the Word. Okay, and you go to the book of Revelations, it tells you that He is the bright and morning star. Okay, and it says the king of Babylon, and it says Satan figuratively, and we know that it's not ultimately talking about Satan, because Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, okay, is not the one that's ruling over Babylon. It was going to be a people, a group of people that was going to oppress the rest of the world. All right, so now let's carry on here with this scripture here. Okay, so it says here, how that cut down to the ground that did this weaken the nations. So going back onto the article, it says the U.S. President Clinton. So this was written February 21st, so not too long ago. Okay, so it says U.S. President Bill Clinton and his Russian counterpart Boris Yeltsin, a joint press conference during the Russian-American summit. Okay, it says America's ruling class has a curious attitude towards democracy, and their democracy has always been one of irony, if not anything else. Okay, it seems to be interpreted as something good for the U.S. and its allies, but not good for critters who won't accept their rule, right, in the American-led international order. So the American-led international order, what's a synonym for that? What's a similar word that you could put in there, okay, to replace the existing word? Okay, simple, the New World Order. And we know it was going to be perpetuated by the United States, because the philosophies that are within America are pushed forth far and wide through it being considered what? The Golden City. So if you got it to where you got a Golden City, people are going to want to be in the Golden City. They want to try to be like the Golden City. Okay, and then and that's so being. If you got decadence in the Golden City, people wherever they was going to be, they was going to try to live a decadent lifestyle to the end of, the ever amassing amount of debt that everybody's in. Okay, if you got it to where you got spiritually immoral agendas being pushed forth in the Golden City, everywhere else that aspired to be that, the Golden City was going to have exactly the same thing. And you're seeing it out there within amidst them Saudi Arabian nations now, where they got it to where, the women are driving and, causing all kind of chaos, and they don't need permission from a man to set up a business and this, that, and the third. Of which, some of them Muslims, they do go to an extreme with some of their so-called rules and that. But the fact of the matter is, they had their own order, and through the light bearer and his influence in the world, okay, them Saudi Arabians have lost control of their own society. Okay, because everybody wants to be like what? Everybody wants to be like the Golden City. Okay. Oh, another good point that goes nicely in there is within their own Islamic law, you got it to where basically you can do a thing known as polygamy within the Islamic law. Okay, but what happens? Okay, what happened was that pretty much that when you had Babylon, the philosophies of Babylon made grander, okay, or pushed into its height, as in America's way of life was seen as the way to be. That's when you had it to where that whole thing of polygamy, the Muslims really eroded away. So that goes to show you the influence of that, because out there within America, they tell you ain't supposed to be doing that, but really when you go into real, dealing with the scriptures, you can do that, okay? But that all goes to, pushing forth, I want to use the words that he used here, okay? An American-led international order, okay? So it says here, first of all, so let me be clear. I think all foreign electoral interference is wrong, right, in any country. And if eventually proven that Russia's meddled in America's 2016 elections, I won't certainly condone it. Okay, so it goes into something else, but I really like the title. Okay, because the title you can spin it and to do many things. Okay, and really the first paragraph, I like the first paragraph because it goes to show you pretty much what we've been saying here at Great Millstone, that you have an international order led by America, which is going to set up what? A so-called New World Order. Okay, this is what they're going to use to get this thing popping off, with America being the war side of things. So they was going to be the ones that was going to be forefront of all of these things that are happening. Okay, so let's hit some one or two more scriptures. Let's go to the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter. So Revelations 18. Okay, and this is from the first chapter. Let's see if we can go more closer to the point. All right, so let's go to the point. Let's go to the point. And we can call it quits on the point. So without trying to make this video too long. So it says in Revelations 18:3. Revelations 18:3 says, "For all the nations have drank for all the nations have drank of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornications with her, and the merchants of the earth have wished to abundance of her delicacies." So all of the ideas that are esteemed in America, they're pushed forth wide. So you have an American-led order, but should you come up against that order, then you are eradicated. So you see that within Syria, you see that within Afghanistan, Iraq, okay, Yemen, okay, all of these countries that are Russia, all of these countries that are considered to be baddies, okay, or bad guys, okay, these are consequently places, okay, that don't necessarily follow the line of order, okay, that's been set forth. And there is an order that's been set forth, okay, in that they've got an agenda that they want to fulfill, which is going to be the so-called New World Order, and that article just proved that. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna say, oh, praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahshai, but honestly, I pass the great milestone. Honestly, brothers, the people pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom.